What's up, guys? Max here, and guess what? The history of Blue is here. So the long-awaited history of Blue is here, guys. At first, I was planning to skip her, but recently I've been getting these messages. I explained it back in my old video, Silver video. If you guys haven't watched the history of Silver, you guys should watch it now. Pause this video and go watch it. The playlist and my channel, you guys can see it. And I've decided to do like a little girls week thing, so expect blue now, yellow next, and then crystal the last. Alright guys, so let's move on here. Alright, so our trainer card, or whatever you want to call it, Pokedex Holder card. You guys can see she is the oldest out of the three. When I mean three, I mean red and green. She is the oldest. Second runner-up of the 9th Pokemon League. She has no badges. Now some of you guys might be saying, wait, how is she the second runner-up? I will explain to you guys how she did that a little bit later. A little bit later in the video. You guys can see her items, especially that fame checker. Why does she have a fame checker? I'll explain to you in 10 seconds. Alright, main question, who is Blue? Guys, I'm gonna get all this crap from you guys in the comments saying Blue is actually the guy and green, and she's actually green. Well, in the adventure series, the manga series, you're right. Originally, no, it isn't. She's blue and green is the guy. Alright, and if you guys want to hear my explanation on how I got that fact, go watch my history of green video, which is going to be an annotation here on the top right. Just click that annotation and it'll redirect you to the video, and you guys can hear my explanation, and it's very valid. I can prove facts. Just watch the video. So you guys can see here blue and red, in between red and green. And you guys, she was a very tricky girl. She was raised with one of the masked children, Mask of Ice children, with Silver, alongside Silver. She escaped with Silver at a very young age, like let's say, she escaped around 11 years old, and Silver was 9. And then she arrived at Pallet and she stole Squirtle from Professor Oak, and Professor Oak was wondering who stole who, but she did. She's the one that stole Squirtle. What else I want to tell you guys? Yeah, she's a very sly girl, and that's when the fame checker comes in. She uses that item to steal other people's money. So she'd be like, oh, fame checker will tell you how famous that person is, or like if he has money. She'll use specific Pokemon such as Ditto to like do fake items and stuff, like look and be like, listen, I'll give you this cool Firestone. This is just an example for 40 yen, $40. And it's a Ditto just formed as a Firestone. So you see what I mean? She's a very sly girl, very sneaky, and likes to like play around a lot. Alright, so let's move on. Moving into her team, as you guys can see here, it is Turtley, aka Blastoise, and this is her starter poke in the series. And again, like I mentioned, Squirtle was stolen from Professor Oak. When Turtley first came out into battle in the series, he was already evolved as a Wartortle, so you really don't see him as a Squirtle. You only see her holding Squirtle running away from Professor Oak's lab. And that's it. That's the last time you see Turtley as a Squirtle. And once they evolved to a Blastoise, she started calling him Blasty, and she really used Blasty for aerial support for the first 2 series. That's an interesting fact. So he will like go into his shell and use like, I guess, water gun and be spinning around, or rapid spin, and use him as aerial support. Jiggly's the second, and Jiggly was Blue's first Pokemon. Jiggly was also another team member that provided Blue with aerial support. As you guys can see from that image on the top right, she's just puffing herself up, holding red. And it evolved to a Wigglytuff in the Fire Red and Leaf Green series. The battle between Deoxys. You guys can see here Wigglytuff supporting Blasty because he's about to fire an epic Hydro Cannon. An interesting fact also, Jiggly was raised with Blue with the Mask of Ice when she was with the Mask of Ice, so it's kind of cool to see that. And we're gonna move on here. Diddy was the most suitable team member for Blue, which is kind of funny. As you guys can see, she really uses him a lot for like specific tasks and specific stealing stuff, you know, like she uses him a lot. You guys can see in the top right, he's about to transform into an item. I believe that's an item, or I think that's an item. I think I read that from an item, and he would always help him out in tight spots to get him out of stuff, disguises, etc. And this team member is responsible for her entering the league, the Indigo Plateau League, and she disguised himself as like one of the trainers that had the 8 gym badges, and that's how she entered the league, guys. So that explains the answer to the reason why she's the second runner-up in the Indigo Plateau. Clefo, one of the Blue's trickiest, versatile team member. She was really known for her metronome, and Red evolved Clefo with the Moonstone in the battle between Zapmolcuno, which was, I believe it was the first series, yeah, the first series. So it evolved pretty early, and Clefo defeated Lorelli's team in the Kanto Elite 4 collision, which is kind of cool, you know. Moving to her 5th, I believe this is her 5th, Nidori. Nidori first made an appearance in the Indigo Plateau, and then in the Yellow series she appeared as a Nidoran against Lorelli again. And then it evolved eventually to a Nidoqueen in the Fire Red and Leaf Green series to support Blasty again with the Hydro Cannon. And a lot of her team members evolved in the Fire Red and Leaf Green, as you guys can see. It was an epic battle between the Deoxys. And Blue only started to use Nidori for important battles such as that, and furthermore in the series. Alright, Blue was also raised with her when she was in the Mask of Ice, which is a snowball. And Blue never put, like, it's funny saying Blue never put Blue to use till the Gold, Silver, and Crystal series when she battled against Will and Karen at the Alex Forge. You guys can see a picture in the top right. That's when she first used them. And then eventually evolved to a Ground Bull and again Fire Red Leaf Green series. But this was in the Trainer Tower and also to help support Blasty with the Hydro Cannon. And this is Blue's favorite Pokemon, known by the name, as you guys can see, Blue. Story, guys. So around this time I tell you guys to pause the video. Seriously, pause the video and just read the description below. I'm not gonna have all the description. If you guys like the description of the series, if you guys want I think the last 3 or the last 2, whatever I can fit in the description, PM me and I will forward you the descriptions. Alright, so I'm gonna go from left from right, from column or from square to square. We're gonna start from the top left. There you see here Blue slapping Red, and this is when she first met Red, and Red is confused. She just stole his money and he wanted his money back. And then you see here Blue just hanging out with Jiggly there, and she has something of blue and green. I'm sorry, red and green. Red and green are like, wait, we're forgetting something. They turn back to Blue, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you see Blue here with 2 Pokeballs in her bosoms, or her titties, and she uses them. She put those there because she was helping out Red and Green at the Saffron City Silph Co against a battle against Team Rocket. Then you see here her using Blasty as aerial support. Moving to the next one, the Yellow series, you see here she's holding a Horsey, and this is Silver's Horsey, and this is when she really needed him, and Silver lended her his Horsey. Then you see here Bill, researcher Bill, and Blue on top of Blasty. He's knocked out. And then you see Blue and Sabrina teaming up against Lorelli, and Lorelli just used a ice handcuffs maneuver on both of them. And then you see here, this is just, I believe this is Ditto as Blue, and her arm is getting chopped off or something, but it's fake, guys, so don't worry. Moving into the Gold and Silver series, I see here, I think Blue is either remembering something, thoughts of Silver when they were captured in the Mask of Ice, or she's actually blushing to green. I don't remember. And then you see here she's panicking because she has this bird phobia, flying phobia, because she was kidnapped when to the Mask of Ice by a ho-ho, and she never used, that's another reason she never used a freaking flying type. Then you see here Blue and Silver, this is a memory when they were children having the masks. And then you see here Karen, also one of the Mask of Ice children, and she's trying to stop Blue, and Blue is on top of Moltres, and she actually conquered her fear of birds. Then we're moving into the Fire Red and Leaf Green series, guys. You guys see here Blue is actually getting captured by something. I think this is Deoxys doing. And then you see here Blue commanding, or actually Blasty just learned the Hydro Cannon from Brianka at the background. And then you see here Blue, Red, and Green, and Mewtwo. Mewtwo's battling Deoxys, and she's while Mewtwo's actually distracting Deoxys, Green, Red, and Blue set up the ultimate attacks against Deoxys. And then you see here Blue and Professor Oak wondering a mystery with the Pokedex or something like that. Then you see here in the Emerald series, she's in stone, and then she breaks out of the stone. And then you see Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen's protecting her. And then you see here she's about to use the Hydro Cannon maneuver again in the Emerald series. So that's the story, guys. Final team. Yes, she does have the 3 legendary birds. And why? Because she actually caught them at the Gold, Silver, and Crystal series. And this is when she conquered her phobia with birds. And I believe she uses them after, after the series is over, or after her manga series is over, because she doesn't have Blasty anymore. Blasty's with Red. What else? She doesn't use Nidoqueen as much anymore. And what else? Who am I missing? I'm forgetting someone I know. Well, she doesn't use Nidoqueen anymore, and she doesn't use somebody else. God damn it. Alright. Oh, wait, that's right. Ditto, and she doesn't use him that much because she actually stopped doing that as the series developed. She stopped being a sly girl. She started being a more respectable and started seeing stuff differently. She was growing up, basically. And then she has Wigglytuff, Gramble, and Clefable. Alright. Final verdict and questions. Alright, guys. You guys can see here, she's an elder sister towards Silver. And you guys can see here she's using Silver as like a shopping guy, holding her bags and stuff, and Silver's like, no, please stop. You know, it's funny, but yeah, she really loves Silver as a younger brother, and always was looking after him. And I wonder if she's actually still looking after him after the series was over. There's another little picture. Another cool thing around the series, her original look, she had black eyes. But then, as the story developed in the Fire Red and Leaf Green series, she started having blue eyes, and she started rocking that little hat. And she changed her style. She stopped wearing the black dress. She started wearing like this rugged clothes, I guess, or trainer clothes. So, it's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. And my question to you guys is, do you think she still sticks around in Kanto? I think she does, because again, guys, she really did have a crush with Green. In all the series, in the manga series, she would be blushing when Green says something to her, or actually spoke to her one-on-one. She could never look him into his eyes, and eventually she started opening up to him, like I think in the Fire Red, at the end of Fire Red and Leaf Green series and Emerald series. She really cared about him, and I think she does hang out like around Kanto, you know. And I think, and also Green, I think, opens up to her as well. He didn't really like her at first, but I think they, I think they, I think they actually start something soon. What do you guys think? That's basically it, guys. I'm gonna end it off with these cool little pictures, and I found them. It's kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I do really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe button in the top left. And also, if you guys want to see the other history shows or playlist, check out that playlist. Just click it out. Just click it, and you'll get redirected to the playlist. It's awesome. I really do appreciate all the views I've been getting on this little series, and comments, and hearing you guys' feedback is like makes my day. Like, not trying to be corny, but it does make my day because I know you guys are actually watching this, so it's cool. Also, look forward for Yellow next time, and yeah, stay tuned, guys. Keep it real. Ciao.